Hi everyone, we have more joining.
Nice, lovely.
So, hello.
Welcome to the space, everyone.
I love that. I love when you say that. Oh, hi from Albania. How are you?
Hi. Wow. Yes, where are we from? Let's all put it in the chat. It'll be lovely to see where people are from. Please do feel free to share in the chat. Where are you from?
Lovely. So, we have Turkey and Albania so far. Elda and I'm gonna butcher this name. Efsun. Oh,
Canada. Nice.
hi.
Albania.
South
Welcome from
Africa.
Montenegro.
Oh,
Wow.
welcome. Also from South Africa. Where in South Africa? I love South Africa. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh,
Ghana, Kazakhstan. Oh, this is amazing.
Uganda. That is really amazing. I love this. It's such a multicultural environment here in this space. Love it. Mongolia. Oh, wonderful. Oh, I see some of them have cameras. Hi, everyone.
Yes,
Thank you for
love
not being.
that.
We also have Saudi Arabia. Hi, Mohammed. Welcome.
And if you can, we do appreciate people are from different parts of the world. It might be nighttime for you, you might be in a slightly different environment where you can't use the camera. But if you do feel comfortable enough, it's lovely to see faces. So you're more than welcome to share and pop your camera on as well. It'd be nice to see a few faces.
So
Welcome.
considering we are already 3 minutes in our space, in our amazing webinar with amazing Claudette for the soft skills, I'm gonna start a brief introduction of about the Olympia, and we'll also wait a little bit more for the new joiners to come because we had so many registration and interested party in this session. As Claudette mentioned, thank you for taking your time because for some of you it might be night, my case here, for some of you the morning or the afternoon time. So welcome and thank you for sharing your time with us. We are Olympia, which is intellectual challenge. We're especially focusing for the soft skills for amazing students, the future of the world. And as well, we have plenty of benefits for the educators in each stages of your career. So I'm really happy that we are all here in this wonderful place, and that's all including me because I love Claudette's workshops, that we will have chance to enjoy with Claudette, and we're gonna learn so much about the soft skills, how we can implement them, not just in our, I don't know, would I say career path, in our work life, but actually how can you use it in general, which is really important. Perfect. So I'm going to be sharing my screen just to have a brief presentation of what is the Olympia, what are the benefits, and once I finish with that, I will give the mic lovely Claudette, and she will take you places with all those soft skills I'm sure you're going to enjoy with her. So allow me a brief moment to share my screen. So again, thank you very much. This portion of our workshop is introducing Olympia Intellectuals Challenge, which is helping you to develop essential skills for the future and for your students as well. Olympia is a global educational platform which we are mostly highlighting for our students, where they can think, share, collaborate, write, communicate, and we also try to implement this learning, that studying and learning can be fun. So that is all about the Olympia. As I'm trying to admit to other people, we're still having bugs. So benefits of Olympia for the young minds, for the students, are plenty. We have just pinpointed a few of them here, such as academic, which will kind of assist students to develop research skills, gain academic confidence, which is really important today. Social skills, we inspire them to become agents of change, to improve team building skills, which is very important on the job market today. Professionals, they start to plan their career path. They learn how to set the SMART goals for themselves. When it comes to the language, official language of Olympia is an English language, which means that the students will have chance to broaden their vocabulary, to acquire useful public speaking techniques, and again, to improve their fluency. And when it comes to the personal and my most favorite one. It is they have a chance to meet new friends, to travel all over the globe, and again to develop many skills. When it comes to who can apply for the Olympia competition, those are the students aged 9 to 18. We have divided them into these categories. All-ins are youngest, all-ins are students from age 12 to 14, and again we have all-ins, which are students from 15 to 18 years old. This is very important because if you have students in your school or in your educational agency, you know that these students can participate in Olympia challenges. Each year we have theme of a year. So the past words like failure, road to success, creativity beyond the borders, and this academic year is analytical thinking, navigating complexity. This is really important because we have students from the different age groups, but this is something in common for both of them, because we believe if we have a specific theme, it will assist students to focus better, to learn from their own experiences as well as from the experiences of their peers. Olympia is a subject-based competition, but even though these subjects they have in school, here we give them full autonomy to choose from what they would like to know more. So it can be social sciences, art and design, literature and culture, economics and business, or science and technology. So what students do, they choose subject they would like to know more, and then they prepare. How do they prepare? They learn from books, videos, articles, and they also have to research specific person. However, we have all of these materials for students and as well for you, all the teachers, in our LMS platform, which is basically e-learning platform. All you have to do is just create your account, register, and you will have benefits such as different printables, case studies that you can use in your own curriculum. Olympia LMS, it's offering personalized learning, it's offering interactive content, and it's also a self-paced progress. So you as a teacher will have access to the different courses, different case studies. You will also have your own teacher's guide, and you can incorporate all that in your extracurriculum activities or even in the activities in your English language class. So we offer you curriculum development by using all our supplementary materials. You can also organize a short video contest. You can organize different school clubs, Olympia Intellectual Week, and all you have to do is actually have one student that is participating in Olympia local round to have this all materials for a full year of usage. It's very easy. All you have to do is create your account and start learning and implementing these materials in your own classrooms. Besides that, if you're not sure that your students are that their English level is high enough, you can always go on our website and take a Lingual, which is a tailor-made English language test. It's designed to offer a clear evaluation of participant fundamental English language skills. The best part is, if your student achieve 85% or higher, they get a free voucher for Olympia Online. If they get 75% or higher, they have a free voucher for the fast track. And if they have again 50% or higher, they can get a 50% discount on the fast track round. So this would be from me. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. If you guys have any questions, just let me know, drop me a message. Later on, I will be sharing my emails as well as my WhatsApp with you in the chat section. So by all means, feel free to reach out. And now, again, please warm welcome for Miss Claudette Dawson. In the soft skills, how can you apply them, and all of those wonderful things that we can get through them. So Claudette, please, the space is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And welcome everyone. I know the welcome has already been said, but on a serious note, we genuinely appreciate that time is one of our precious commodities. We'll never get it back, yet you've chosen to be in the space with us. So we really want to thank you for that. I am now going to share my screen, so bear with me just a moment as I do that. And I just want to check in. Can everyone see my slide? Developing soft skills for teachers. So let's see. I know for some of you it might be nighttime, but guess what? We're going to do quickly a little bit of maths Who's up for a little bit of maths? Show me, you can use your hands up or thumbs up or whatever. Who's up for a little bit of maths? Don't worry, you're not going to need a calculator. I think you've got this. Okay, so now let me introduce myself just for a second. I am one of the facilitators of learning, which I've been doing for over 20 years. I currently deliver in schools, colleges and universities here in the UK. In fact, I'm still in a school now because I've just finished a session, and I can't get home quick enough, so they've given me a room to use. And I deliver what we call soft skills in the workplace. And I am extremely passionate about people being the very best version of themselves. Now, I am going to show you a picture for 3 seconds. And your task is to think, how old is this picture? Okay, so you'll see a child in the picture, but your question is, how many years ago was that school picture taken? So let me repeat. You'll see a picture for 3 seconds. So are you ready? 3 seconds are coming now. Are you ready? Okay, I can see a couple of faces. I see the nods. Here we go. The picture in. And she's gone again. Just like that. Now don't laugh, but how many years ago? And if anyone writes 100, you'll be out. Okay, so how many years? 105. How many years ago was that school picture taken? Please take a moment to pop your answers in the chat. 20, 25, 8, 25, 20, 19, 30. Wow, hard to tell. 55, love that. 30, 26, 30 plus. I love you too. 32, question mark, like that. Well, who said 55? Let me see. Who said, wow, hard to tell, 55 years. 45 years ago. That picture was taken 45 years ago. I was indeed 9 years old. And that was 45 years ago. Now, I have a question for you. I have put, thank you very much for humoring me, by the way. For those of you who said 10, I feel 19. Ooh, is that me? Anyway, I digress. Let's go. I have put the word school on our screens. Question: what definition would you give to the word school? What does school mean to you? We are all educators here in one shape or form. Please take a moment to consider, what does the word school mean to you? And once again, it's nice to hear some voices. So if somebody does want to share, I appreciate you can put it in the chat as well.
Oh, that is cute.
Life Foundation. We've got some lovely, lovely things in the chat. Does anybody want to share verbally? We can hear your voice. I know we can. Go for it. Who's going to be brave and let me hear their voice?
The place where everybody can get knowledge. Beautiful, Kaziza. Would you like to share a little bit more?
Place where everybody, oh, look at this. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to jump on that for a little bit, because I don't know if you can see in the chat, but somebody has said the place where everybody can get knowledge. Now, I'm particularly interested in that. And what key word do you think I might be interested in? So it says the place where everybody can get knowledge. For me, I'm going to move on. It's the word everybody. The reason why I wanted to show you my picture from 45 years ago is I mentioned that I'm in a school at this moment in time. But guess what? During the day, while I've been delivering my workshop to my year 10s, who back here in the UK are 14 and 15 years old, I too have been learning. So I think it's really important that as educators, we understand absolutely all those beautiful phrases for school were absolutely correct. But we too are learning in the environment as well. So with that said, I'm just going to share a very quick couple of observations of what soft skills are. We hear the word soft skills, and certainly in the UK, sometimes they use different terminology. So sometimes they might call them human skills, essential skills, or soft skills. Now, as much as they're called soft skills, you and I know there isn't anything soft about them because they can be taken for granted. Now, soft skills are personal and interpersonal attributes that help individuals to navigate social and indeed professional environments. It's also really important that we appreciate the big wide world that we live in today. We've got these things that we can easily hide behind, and of course sometimes our direct communication doesn't get as much practice because we're busy putting it in a text or writing an email, etc. So it can also help with young people building their confidence, improving their relationships, and most importantly, preparing for future careers. Now, what we believe is actually the ability to use your soft skills can actually be a bit of a challenge with regards to equipping young minds and older minds. And we believe that the need today is even more great than it has been in the past. Can somebody please feel free to unmute and tell me why might it be even more important today for us to equip ourselves with soft skills? Why do you believe it's really important to equip ourselves as well as young people with soft skills? Any thoughts? You can pop it in the chat if you really want to. Let's have a look. Why is it important? Any thoughts from anyone? Why is it important to equip ourselves with these soft skills? Any thoughts? I'm just checking oh, we have a hand raised. Love that. Please do feel free to unmute and share with us. Thank you.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Thank you. My name is Efsun. I am from Turkey. I'd like to share my ideas.
Please do.
Thank you. The challenge of equipping young minds. Why it's important? Because I'd like to say we need to improve ourselves to teach younger minds. So I'd like to improve myself, learn more, equip my mind, and then I can equip young kids. So it's important. It's urgent.
Absolutely love that. It really is urgent because is it fair to say, and thank you so much for sharing your voice with us, is it fair to say that it's not just what we say in the classroom, but how we behave? So children will model the very behaviours that they see us doing. So it's really important for us to sharpen our soft skills as well. Now, I'm not sure about other parts of the world, but certainly in the UK, we also appreciate that going into the big wide world of careers, we sometimes have individuals that might work, we call it remotely. So it might be that you're actually working on the other side of the world, or you're actually not seeing your teams on a regular basis. So you might work remotely. We might need to upskill or indeed reskill. Lots of positions are now being taken over by AI, etc. So we understand that actually we might have to upskill ourselves. We also want to be really clear on the well-being of our employees. So it's really important to make sure that we're using our soft skills to ensure that individuals are comfortable in the workplace. And of course, once we've got into the great big wide world and we're engaging in the workplace, we'll be using soft skills all of the time. So with that said, I am now going to ask you to sit back for a moment and listen to a little story that I am going to share with you. Okay, so this is a real life example of a student excelling through soft skills. So are you ready? Picture this. You walk into a classroom, you will be spending the whole day, yes, the whole day with the same group of students. Nothing unusual about that. For the workshop, we deliver regularly. However, it is clear that the colour is starting to fade from the students' faces as they're thinking a whole day doing the same thing. There are 32 14 and 15-year-old students, and they look as though I've come from a different planet. So clearly they're thinking, what is going to happen in this room? I don't want to know who's on report. I don't want to know who's going to stay behind for detention. I don't want to know who is in charge of the debate captain in the room. What I need to do is look at all of the students from a neutral perspective. You see, if I am given any additional information before I get into the space, I may unconsciously put that in a bit of a space. So I might think, ooh, so-and-so's been naughty yesterday, I'll have to keep an eye on them. So-and-so did this. And unconsciously, I start to pay more attention to that student. Now, I've got to then say to myself, how do I ensure that my soft skills are being used in the correct way? So let me tell you what some of the students said by the end of the day. One student said, I love the difference and the range of engaging activities that enabled me to go in and out of my comfort zone. Can somebody tell me what soft skill that student has been putting into practice in the room? Please feel free to unmute and share by actually speaking, or you can pop it in the chat. So let me say again, a student gave the feedback that I love the difference and the range of engaging activities that enabled me to go in and out of my comfort zone over and over again. What soft skills was that person using? Who wants to share? Go on, go for it. Someone give me an idea, and you're more than welcome. Let me just pop to the chat to see if anyone's popped anything in the chat. Thinking critically. I am loving this. Could there have been an element of resilience as well? So they didn't give up, they kept starting, they kept going. Amazing. Okay, so let's do one more now that we're on a roll, and please feel free. Emotional intelligence, love that. What about this one? I enjoyed working with students I don't usually talk to. I enjoyed working with students I don't usually talk to. We've got some more interaction in the chat. I'm loving this. Awareness, thinking creatively, self-confidence, greater confidence. What about that last one? That's brilliant points here. I enjoyed working with students I don't usually talk to. What are some soft skills being used during that interaction, would you say? Any thoughts there? I don't usually speak to these individuals. Adaptability, there it is. Cultural tolerance, absolutely love this. Adaptability, fantastic. Could it be collaborating effectively with peers? Absolutely love that. So the point we're making is, as simple or as seamless, analytical skills, teamwork, love it, brilliant. So as simple as an activity can be, we must appreciate that actually we're delivering and we're using our soft skills in the workplace as well on a regular basis. Brilliant, we've got problem solving there. So I've got a question for you, and I think somebody's going to get this, I really do. It's a bit of a strange question, but let's see. Does anybody think they might know the name of one of those students that was in the room? We've got 60 people here. Can somebody guess the name of one of those students? And I think you can. I really think you can. I'm not going to go, oh, Ash, nice. Love it. Who else? Love that, Ash. Love it. Who else could be a student, the name of a student that was in the space? I think Ash has got me very, very quickly. One of them could have been Claudette. In fact, it was. Because I think it's important. Let's go back to the school scenario that we spoke about. We too are learning in that space as educators, and I think it's also important that we start to open up our thinking and think, okay, what am I learning from that? So this is what I'm going to ask you to do. I want you to think, oh, there we go. There's another name. I want you to think, what's your story for yourself when it comes to you exhibiting and sharing the soft skills in the space? You very quickly, there's quite a few people mentioning lots of different soft skills in the chat, and you probably had some in your mind as well. So you are realizing that just from a couple of things that I've shared that I did in the room, what soft skills we were using. So what's your story when it comes to soft skills? So, before we go on, I don't want this just to be about my voice. Can we hear someone share what's your observation based on your reflection on what soft skills means to you? Does anybody mind sharing? And again, there's no right or wrong here. No one's judging anyone. This is just you having your own self-reflection for yourself. So,
share our ideas, thoughts, and we learn together with Claudette. Learn with
absolutely.
Claudette.
And I am learning too. Of course, I am learning. Hopefully, what I'm doing is just asking a question to provoke our thinking. So, any thoughts on that? So, we've got thinking critically. You have reached self-expression, self-esteem, empowering students through active learning. Lovely personal attributes. Great. Now, you and I know that unfortunately it's not always easy, is it? And why might that be? So I am going to, why is it not always easy for us to appreciate the soft skills? Well, as it says here, soft skills are often seen as an innate rather than a learnable skills. Some people go, oh, well, it's all right for so-and-so. They're really good at it. But actually, we can all learn soft skills. We also appreciate they are harder to quantify and access than technical skills. Someone can sit down and do a written qualification or an exam and they can get marked tick or cross. But how do you quantify soft skills? How do we hold great communication? How do we hold diversity and culture? It's not something that's easily measurable, but we can feel it. And that's really important. We also appreciate, I'm sure it's the same, not just in the UK, our curriculum are already packed, filled with lots of things that we need to share and we need to teach our students. How are we going to fit it in? And also, many of us weren't explicitly trained to teach these skills. So, on the screen are a number, these aren't the only soft skills, are a number of soft skills that we all, not just me, we all use interchangeably on a day-to-day basis. Please take a moment to look at the screen and have a look at least one soft skill that you believe you would like to give more attention to after we've finished our session. Do you want to be more resilient in the classroom space? Do you want to push yourself out of your comfort zone and maybe take on some more leadership roles? Do you want to make sure that your communication is clear and articulate and that people really understand, from the students to your peers? Do you want to do more quick thinking? Do you want to be more culturally competent? Do you want to have a little bit more compassion for others that might come from experiences or backgrounds that are different to yours? Please take a moment to look at the screen and consider one soft skill that you would like to give a little bit more attention to after our time together today. Let me give you a few seconds to think of that. Anyone? Go on. Yes. Thank you. Over to you, Hassan. Over to you. Please do share. We'd love to hear your voice.
Hello, good evening.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Very good, very good. And thank you so much for sharing with us. Over to you, Hassan. What soft skills do you feel that you might want to give more attention to?
Yeah, I think problem solving. Maybe it's according to the societies, the countries, cities, gonna be different, but it's my idea. I think I prefer problem solving. We may face many problems in your life, in your school. Even, for example, today I was in the class, electric cut off. So we had small boards. I didn't know. At that time, I didn't just stop teaching. I worked on doing the classic way of teaching, taking out the book and using a whiteboard.
Nice.
That's problem solving, I think.
Absolutely.
And this is in our country. Maybe they don't have such problems, but as I said from the beginning.
I love that. And can I also add, and I think somebody else is thinking the same thing, There's something else that I think you did really, really well, and it's right there on our screen. Quick thinking, because no doubt, Hassan, you didn't go and sit down and phone a friend. Well, your phone probably wasn't working.
Just complaining and blaming the others.
So quick thinking as well as problem solving, love that. You probably also showed an element of patience when maybe the class has got a bit fidgety with, well, what are we going to do? There's some resilience because you kept going. So I appreciate, we sometimes think, okay, I'm using this soft skill, but there's such a ripple effect with regards to soft skills, and beautifully done as well, Hassan. What I think is really important is that we understand that we've got so many things, I would say, in our toolbox that we can draw on as and when. And I think that's a perfect example. And thank you for sharing the real life example.
You're welcome.
Because we can talk about this till the cows come home, but it's important to get real stories. So thank you, Hassan. Is there anybody else who doesn't mind sharing something? It could be an experience you've had even today or in the last week or so. Does anybody want to share? I've noticed, let me just check in the chat if somebody's added, patience is the key. Students learn differently. Absolutely. More leadership skills. Thank you for that. Leadership skills, resilience, multitasking, professionalism, organization. Brilliant. Fantastic. Professionalism, goal setting. Love that. So this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to ask you, and I know our time whizzes away from us, but a quick question. What are some ideas? Let's have a little idea sharing. What are some ideas that you believe you can use within the educational environment to encourage the students to use their soft skills? What do you think? And I do have here's one we prepared earlier slide that I will share, but no doubt we've got some amazing ideas amongst us. So who doesn't mind unmuting once again and sharing what's an idea? What do you do? Reward. We've got creativity. Yeah, love that. How can we encourage creativity in the education environment? What can we do? Creativity again, love that. I realize that actually when I'm delivering communication skills, it's important for me to ask more questions than give answers. Role playing, love that. Adaptability, teamwork, help them to be more creative, and organizational skills as well. Love that. Teach students that mistakes are Oh, isn't that important? And in fact, what is a mistake? Isn't it? Or we sometimes use the acronym FAIL, but what does FAIL mean? And sometimes here in the UK, we've got the acronym and we put it on the board, and it's the first attempt in learning. We use that. So FAIL is your first attempt in learning. Of course, we're going to make some mistakes. Yes, most definitely. Love that. Game playing, collaboration, giving tasks to use their magic. We've got some superstars here. Allow students to express ideas through drawings. Brilliant, because some people feel really uncomfortable verbalizing, so they could draw something, diagrams, story. This is amazing. Visual aids, amazing. And we can start to use the language so it becomes everyday speaking in our space. Oh, I spoke in public today, Miss. I actually answered a question in a class that I don't usually. I've used my communication skills. So the more we start to use the language, the better it will be in our spaces. So I'm going to leave that on the screen for just a moment, but I'm very mindful our time is wrapping up. So we've literally just started, but does anybody have a question or anything they'd like to share as we start to wrap up our time? I appreciate that was a little bit of a whistle-stop tour, but we've done a little overview. Let's see if there's anything in the chat. Encourage risk-taking, of course, in the rounds. Is there going to be more of these webinars? Well, that is a question that we do usually get, I have to say. Ansa, would you like to answer that one?
Yes, absolutely. So we do have planned another webinar, and it was planned for the April. By all means, you should just try to follow us on the LinkedIn or on any social media to be acquainted with exact date. I'm just gonna try to pull out what we agreed from the most recently. Book April 9th, the same timing, 4 p.m. London time, and again you will have this amazing session with Claudette, and I hope we're gonna hear your voice next time. I really look forward to that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I can see we've got a thumbs up there. Wonderful time. Inform us beforehand. Absolutely. Keeping an eye on our socials. So I always get to this point and think, oh, because I know there's so much more that we could be doing, but I'm very mindful of people's time. Sometimes some people it's bedtime for you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause here as it's been mentioned. Please do come back and join us again with our next session. I'm going to hand back over to you as we wrap up our time together. But I really do appreciate you being in the space. I genuinely mean that, because time is extremely precious. So thank you for spending some of your time today with us. So I'm handing back over to Asia to wrap us up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Claudette. It was a pleasure as always having you to have these workshops for all our educators. All of you, I'm so happy and grateful that you attended our webinar. I do hope you learned something new, or you refreshed your memory, or at least we influence you a little bit to think more about the soft skills as something that you can really use in your classrooms and with your students. At the same time, please, if you have any questions when it comes to Olympia, to our local rounds, through our LMS platform, or how you can use our materials to improve your curriculum, by all means, you can always send us a message or an email. And I look forward to seeing you in April. Spread the words, tell your friends, recommend us if you found this beneficial, and I hope to see you all very soon. If you have any questions, or if you feel that you would like to bring Olympia to your school, to your educational agency, or if you would like to be ambassadors of Olympia, just drop me a message. I'm more than happy to have orientation session with you. I will show you more in the detail what we do, what we provide for the students, because today was more about you and about yourselves and how to incorporate it in your life and in your classrooms. So if nobody has a questions, I can mark this session as a successful and wish you all good nights or good afternoons.
Good. Thank you, everyone. We look forward to seeing you again soon. And even if you've taken one little thing, as been said, as a reminder, or actually, I'm doing pretty good on this soft skills front, then thank you for being in the space. See you all. Good morning. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, what's left of it, or the new day.